Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another insightful discussion. I am Rafia Tarek and today we are joined by Maya to explore an exciting topic, the future of augmented reality or AR. We will discuss how AR is transforming our daily lives, its opportunities, challenges, and what the future may hold. Welcome, Maya.
Walaikum assalam. Thanks for having me back. I'm so ready for this. AR feels like one of those things that's just on the edge of becoming totally normal, you know? I can't wait to dive into how it's actually going to change the way we move through the world.
What is augmented reality and how is it different from virtual reality?
The simplest way to put it is that VR completely takes you somewhere else, while AR just adds to where you already are. Imagine you're wearing a headset that blocks out the room and puts you on a beach in Bali. That's VR. But with AR, you're still in your living room, but maybe there's a digital floating cookbook right next to your stove while you're making dinner. It's like a digital layer on top of the real world.
Why has AR become such an important technology in recent years?
I think it's because we finally hit that sweet spot where the hardware is catching up to the imagination. For a long time, it was just a gimmick or a cool filter on a phone, but now the processing power is there to make it feel seamless. Plus, the way it integrates with other tech like AI means it's not just about seeing a 3D object, but having a tool that actually understands the environment around you. It's shifting from being a toy to being a genuine utility.
What are some of the most common AR applications people use today?
You've probably seen the most obvious ones in our pockets, like those face filters on social media or Pokemon Go, which basically turn the whole world into a game board. But it's also getting into things like IKEA's app, where you can see if a couch actually fits in your living room before you buy it, or those AR navigation tools that put arrows right on the street in front of you. It's all about bridging that gap between a digital idea and a physical space.
How is AR changing the way we shop and interact with products?
It's turning shopping into a try before you buy experience without actually having to touch anything. Think about beauty products or glasses. Instead of guessing if a shade of lipstick looks good on you, you can just project it onto your face in real time. It takes away that annoying guesswork and the risk of having to return things. I think it's making the whole process feel more personalized and a lot less like a gamble. Have you ever used one of those virtual try on tools?
No, I never used this.
Oh, you're missing out. It's actually pretty wild how accurate they've gotten. It makes you feel like you're living in a sci-fi movie for a second. I wonder if we'll eventually just stop going to stores entirely because the virtual mirror at home is just too convenient.
In what ways can AR improve education and learning experiences?
It completely changes the game by making abstract concepts tangible. Imagine trying to explain how a human heart works just with a textbook diagram. It's a bit flat. But with AR, a student could have a full sized beating 3D heart floating right in front of them that they can walk around and look inside of. It turns learning from something you just read into something you actually experience, which usually means it sticks way better. I've heard it's also huge for medical students practicing surgeries in a low risk environment before they ever touch a patient.
How is AR being used in healthcare and medical training?
It's essentially giving doctors a sort of superpower for precision. AI can analyze medical images like x rays or MRIs far faster than a human can, often spotting tiny anomalies that might be missed. In training, it's creating these incredibly realistic simulations where surgeons can practice a complex procedure 1,000 times on a digital twin of a patient before the actual surgery. It's basically moving the mistake prone part of the learning curve away from real people.
What impact could AI have on workplaces and business productivity?
It's basically turning the workplace into a collaborative space that doesn't care about geography. For one, you've got AI handling the tedious, repetitive stuff, the data entry and the scheduling, which frees people up to actually use their brains for the creative and strategic parts of their jobs. But then there's the collaborative side where AI can act as a real time assistant, summarizing meetings or suggesting solutions while you're working. I think the biggest shift is that we're moving away from the grind and toward a more focused, high value kind of productivity. Do you think people are more excited or nervous about that shift?
How can AI enhance communication and social interactions?
It's funny because it's a bit of a double edged sword, right? On one hand, you have things like real time translation, which completely deletes the language barrier. Imagine chatting with someone from across the world and having the conversation flow naturally because the AI is bridging the gap instantly. Then there's the side of emotional intelligence where AI can help people practice difficult conversations or give cues on how to be more empathetic. But there's always that worry that if we rely too much on a digital middleman, we might lose some of that raw human intuition. I'm curious if you think that's a fair trade off for the convenience.
What role does AI play in gaming and entertainment?
It's basically turning games into living worlds. Instead of characters having a few set lines of dialogue, AI allows for NPCs to actually react to you in real time, making every player's experience totally unique. Then you have things like procedural generation, where AI builds entire galaxies or cities on the fly so you never run out of space to explore. It's moving us away from scripted stories and towards something that feels more like a digital playground. I've heard some developers are even using AI to create music that shifts based on how you're playing in the game. Do you have a favorite game or a style of gaming you're into?
How might AI transform the tourism and travel industry?
Uh, it basically turns the entire world into an interactive museum. Imagine walking through the ruins of ancient Rome, but instead of just seeing broken pillars, you can hold up your phone or wear glasses and see the city rebuilt in full glory right in front of you. It makes history feel alive rather than just something you read about on a plaque. Plus, think about the navigation side. No more squinting at a map and rotating it in your head. You just follow digital arrows on the sidewalk. I've heard it's also becoming huge for language barriers, where you can look at a menu in a foreign language and have it translated instantly over the text. Do you think that takes away some of the adventure of getting lost in a new city?
Can AI help people with disabilities or special needs?
Absolutely. It's probably one of the most meaningful ways this tech is being used. For people with visual impairments, there's AI that can describe the world around them in real time, telling them what's in front of them, or even reading a handwritten note. For those with mobility issues, AI powered exoskeletons or smart home systems can provide a level of independence that just wasn't possible before. It's basically taking these digital tools and using them to break down physical barriers. I'm curious, do you think we'll
What are
ever
the
reach a
biggest
point where
challenges? What are the
the
biggest
biggest one,
challenges facing AI technology today?
I think the biggest hurdle is definitely the hardware. It's one thing to have the software, but like wearing a bulky headset all day is just not something people are going to do. We need the tech to shrink down into something that looks like normal glasses before it really hits the mainstream. Then
What
there's the privacy side of things.
what advice would you give to young people interested in careers related to AR technology?
My biggest piece of advice would be to stay curious and embrace the multidisciplinary approach. AR isn't just about coding or engineering, it's where art, psychology, and storytelling all collide. If you're into the technical side, definitely dive into 3D modeling and game engines, but don't ignore the human side, like how people actually interact with space. The most successful people in this field will be the ones who can bridge the gap between how it works and why it feels natural. Does that sound like the kind of path a lot of your audience would be interested in?
Thank you, Maya, for sharing your valuable insights about the future of augmented reality. And thank you to our audience for joining us. We hope this conversation has helped you better understand the opportunities and possibilities that augmented reality brings to our future. Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and embrace innovation. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. It was such a blast chatting with you about this. I'm already looking forward to our next one.